Yay!
It's the opinion poll time, and we cannot wait to share with you guys what we have. Are you guys ready? What's up?
We are so ready.
So I know that you guys really did miss us, and we missed you on the
Still.
opinion poll hashtag table talk. And we're here once again to talk about something that is critical, that can be too personal according to how you're going to, take it, or in your state. But we are so sorry. We hope you're not going to be tackling, and touching someone's feelings.
As always, it's nothing personal.
Yeah.
We're just talking about topics that are always circulating in the world, and it's our job to
Before
bring the
November or
topics.
December, I would say this is attacking me.
It shouldn't
I know.
attack
But
you
now,
because people have different
I'm not
opinions.
going to take it as personal.
But
right?
I'm
Now,
just
gonna take it
excusing
like it's
ourselves on
normal.
behalf of somebody who might be,
Yeah.
you get it.
True, because
Exactly.
it's kind of
If you
sensitive.
don't get it, you will
Forget
get
about
it
it.
now.
So the topic today's discussion topic, we're going to be asking people, how long is too long for an engagement to last? So, yes.
After
what
a
is-
guy has popped the question already, you say
What is
yes.
the duration?
Yes. How long is too long for you guys to walk down the aisle? How
Yes.
long do you think it is?
Yes, how long should you have that engagement ring on you before you are in the chapel, if you have beliefs, or how long should you be walking down the aisle?
Exactly.
Before you walk down the aisle. Yeah.
So somebody else starts because I started the last time.
Okay, so I'm gonna start because a while ago, I must say, basing on my own story now, I'm going personal. I never used to do this, but approximately, no, apparently, my engagement took long. It was a year and a half.
It took long according to you or according to people?
According to us, baby
okay.
girl. According to us, because of our plannings, our time schedule that we had said we are gonna, schedule our marriage this time or this day. But we also know that COVID-19 really mixed up a lot of things. But during that time of COVID-19, or we're even still in COVID-19 time, I must say that there was always people shifting their weddings. I think we have had friends, we've had people who have shifted their weddings so many times. But then for us, we just didn't set a date yet. We just felt like we still had time to enjoy our fiancé. That's how we call it in Rwanda. Sibyo. So I think we should give every step that we achieve in life or that we make, especially if it's relationship based, we should give it time. If it's fiancé, enjoy it, give it time. Don't, because now, I'm sorry to say this, I'm not trying to poke anyone, but these days you find that someone is getting engaged or asking, would you marry me 2 weeks before the wedding? You get? Like, I fail to get the logic behind it. No, I fail to get the logic. You're asking me to marry you. We have made all the plans. We have booked the venue. We have booked the caterer. We have
I
booked
said
the
yes
clothes.
already in theory.
Exactly. So that's, like, are we doing this for sure or we're doing it because you mean it? You get me? Because if you're engaging someone, because you have to do it because pressure has told you urabona ntago wamwambitse impeta ntago wigeze utera ivi ntago wigeze I mean, like, are you doing it because you love her and you want to portray it, or are you doing it because somebody else has done it? So me, I fail to get the logic of people who engage 1 week before the wedding or 1 month before the wedding, and yet already the budget is there. You've been having wedding meetings. The wedding, I'm really not poking anyone. Maybe it's the way they wanted it, but I'm already planning these things, meaning I've said yes. So why are you asking me, will you marry me? Why are you saying, will you marry me? Like, already I've said yes to marrying you, because if I wasn't going to marry you, I wouldn't be running around planning, like, or the logic of guterivi, like, you have to kneel down. You don't have to kneel down. Personally, he didn't kneel down for me. Probably sang for me. You have a better way of doing what you can do. So, getting back to the topic, I wanted to base the topic with my explanation. Whether it takes 2 years or whether it takes 3 years, I hope when you go be very creditable, because then saying yes to marrying you was not because it was like a routine I'm trying to do. Rather, we did it without even having an image when the wedding is. You get? Or we did it because you were tired of calling me your boyfriend or your girlfriend and you wanted me to have a title or an assurance. Engagement ni insurance, you're going to marry me. And engagement is also an insurance, yuko. I say yes to marrying you. Probably, fiancé buriya, it's nubwo you might get out of it. We've seen people who remove their rings, right? And they're done with it. Ariko, there is a level of relationship maturity that you gain when you're engaged. So whether it takes 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, me personally, I love long engagements because then they help you learn the person even more. They help you plan ahead of time your project of marriage better when you're calm, when you're nyine ubibona ko bihari too, like nagari kugukinisha. It's not, you're not playing anymore. You've showed everybody that you're marrying this lady because you asked, will you marry me? So for me, if it's a short period one, maybe 6 months or 7 months or 8 months, that would be okay with me. Sibjo. But the one for 2 weeks and then the wedding is tomorrow, bro, I feel like personally, I don't understand the logic behind it. I'm really being honest. I'm not trying to shed anyone out there, but I'm trying to be honest on a real. Yeah, so that's mine.
Okay, Mama, speak.
So we can't have the same opinion because she's speaking from a personal point of view, and she is speaking her opinion based on what she went through, and from experience, and she found her preference. So she found out that having that time to plan, it was good for her. So I'm not engaged, nor am I going to be engaged anytime soon. But from what I hear a lot of people's opinions saying which I have no idea where it comes from, but maybe you shed more light on that. When someone has a long engagement, go bit up far, people saying that
you never know, you might meet somebody else who's better than your man.
First of all, I don't even agree with that statement, that one of people saying if you spend a long time in your engagement, you meet another man. If you are determined to be with this man, whether he's your fiance or boyfriend, they're supposed to be the only one that you see, whether the temptations are around you. So why does that predicament change when there is another title on you? So when you're a fiance, why are the temptations or the risks even greater? I mean, yes, like she said, being a fiance is another step, but I don't get it why the situation has to change. The stakes are higher. You are more vulnerable to the outside world. That is one part that I don't agree about. Whether engagement, how long is too long for an engagement to last? I have no idea, honestly. But my opinion, I feel like it should be, I don't know, 6 months, in between 6 months to a year. That's when I feel like you're ready to plan your wedding. You have set the right date. You have managed to get your finances in check. Because like she said, you don't all of a sudden get engaged and you already have everything planned. Because people do that.
People do that.
Yeah,
Some people
do that,
are
exactly.
ready.
But my preference, because we're giving our opinions, I would rather you propose to me, then we start planning for our wedding. Because then I know things are genuine. I want to be, I don't know, I want that whole princess moment.
A part of it.
Yes, I want to be part of it. I want that shock. I don't want to know that, I know, if let me tell you, like when you're going to be engaged to, or when you're together with someone and you know this is the person you want to marry, of course, you know you are going to be married to them. Exactly. But I still want to be, I want him to pop the question, and then I want us to start that whole process. That's personally me. So I don't want us to plan a whole wedding. I know, let's say, I know my wedding is going to be in October, and he hasn't yet proposed. We have a venue, we have a dress, we have everything, and then that is for sure. I would rather not even have that whole engagement thing. Like people were wondering, I'm sorry to, but these are examples of celebrities, Arthur and Fiona Muthoni. People were wondering, why didn't we see engagement pictures? Why didn't we see the whole proposal thing? That's their business, that's their personal lifestyle. They knew what they were doing, but we all have preferences. So I would prefer to be proposed to, then we start planning, and then how long is an engagement supposed to last? In my opinion, probably 6 months to a year. Then that's enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So me, I think, to my opinion, according to me, I think that there should not be any time duration. You know, the time should be set between the engaged people. So it's between me and my guy. If he's, okay, you know, sometimes, because this is just to be honest, when you're dating somebody that you have a vision with, then sometimes in between the conversations, you get to have serious conversations. You give out, you know, maybe you mention how many kids you want, how your life, you know, you want your life to be when you're married, how even your wedding day would be, you know, when you're having that serious conversation, when you know this person is right, or when a man knows that he wants to marry you, he will be bringing certain conversations that lead to, to giving you hints on, on the wedding dates, on, on having a family with this man. So I think nobody is allowed to put any time duration. Maybe, I love the way that you started it. It's how you love it.
Nobody's allowed. They are allowed to, but
it should be kept as their opinions. Exactly. So when somebody is, engaged maybe for a year, like Tracy was, then people would start, questioning, be like, what happened? It's too,
I don't know why
too
people
long.
don't mind their business. It's crazy
Yeah?
how people can start asking,
She was engaged in
Mva.
the engagement, but what
Some
happened?
people used to comment on my Instagram posts.
I know.
And I'm like, bro, relax. It is not you getting
It
married.
is my wedding. So I think people should be allowed to have their opinions, but they should learn to keep their opinions to themselves. Because
you.
sometimes you might think that it's, it's a right that you have. You usher or you put some things out there and it will hurt somebody who is going to be, in that place. What are you laughing at?
The fact that people think they have a right over your life.
Yeah, they think celebrities' lives, they should be. But it is what it is. So I think there's no time that, there won't be any
Time frame.
How long should the engagement, whatever, be? It depends on the two of you. If he's ready and you're ready, if he has the
married.
finances, even if it's after 2 weeks. There's something that you said, Nanje, I don't understand the essence behind it. When somebody has already, like, you started preparing for your wedding and stuff, then they pop the question.
Don't propose,
That's so mad.
just leave it.
But you can pop the
Or
question.
just do it in the car.
I'll tell her, find the ring.
Or tell
the
her,
cupboard.
let's go
I left
out.
it there for
Let's
you.
go out. And then you'll be like, you know what? I've waited for this time. I know we're preparing, but I would want to do life with you. This is a pre-wedding ring,
Yeah, but no. Somebody can ask the question in 2 weeks. It's just something new that you haven't. Listen.
And then you plan.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
plan. If he
There
has
goes
the
who
money,
plans
he has
within
the
2 weeks,
Exactly.
yes.
If he has the finances, what is stopping him?
Do you know?
You said yes already.
2 weeks.
No, ne?
Those small weddings, of course.
This is
things
just
that
what
are
I
not
think.
extra.
If you ask the question when it's his first time to ask, then you say yes. Even if it can be in a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it's up to you guys. So I think the time frame has to come out of the couple that is engaged. That's what I think.
Definitely. So we have a few opinions. Should we first take a look at the street talk?
Opinions.
They're all opinions. So the opinions that we have on our Instagram page, people were very contextual. I liked that they gave us more information on their opinions. So their incredible trees said 3 months maximum is the time limit. And then Hosanna Bella says, I think it should last between 3 to 6 months to give them time for preparation for the wedding. That's her opinion. And then I am Gisler 7 says, this is a very constant Instagrammer, thank you. She says the timeline should be agreed on by both partners because they both have to learn to compromise. Then Babe Tony says anytime in case you discussed about it and agreed on the right time to take another step. And then Gloria says it depends on how long both the parties will take to be ready for marriage. And then Ingabire Lil says not less than 3 months and not more than 6 months. Yes. And then Isimbi Rujema says it should last for about 2 to 3 years if nothing else changes. That's their opinion. And then It's Nadi says 6 months, and they really don't know why. They don't know why they say 6 months, but that's their opinion. And then Shimna Christelle says there is no limit. It should last until when they're ready to get married.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have some 2 more comments from inbox. Somebody who is called Waisenga being taunt, if that's how they pronounce her name, I'm so sorry, but she said amezi atatu kuko uba uziritse umwana w'umukobwa nta nundi wamutereta. I want us to also discuss about that after.
That's a topic for another day.
You know, because you don't have time.
That's a topic for another day when we have enough time for that.
Another one whose username is Wirgwanda said, like, for a day, it depends on one's choices. For me, one day would be that, and then they joked around, thanks. Depends on the choices of somebody.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, so can we have a look at what
Have the streets. Let's hit them and see what they say.
Yep.
Nsengimana Emmanuel je mbona ibintu byo nk'ikije by'urukundo ubona uko ufite ikofi udafite ikofi ntabwo byavamo ushobora guporopoza umuntu udasanze usanze nta kintu afite ntabwo mwabana. Se wabana n'umuntu nta kofi ufite? Ntabwo byashoboka. Mugomba kubanza kubivugana. Iyo umukobwa asanze nawe nta kofi ufite ahita agukatira, kandi nawe ntiwabana n'umukobwa nta kintu afite. Bavuze ko urukundo rutakibaho, ahubwo hari icyo umuntu aba agushakaho. Nuko mbyumva. Byaterwa n'ubushobozi yaba afite. Njyewe nko ku giti cyanjye mporopoje byamara nk'amezi 5. Amezi 5 uba waramaze kwitegura, ubwo nimba ari ikintu ufite bwa mwakora ubukwe naribi. Nuko mbyumva. Amezi 5 burya arahagije.
Ngiye Fiona muri iki gihe ukuntu byumva. Muri iki gihe hari iterambere ryinshi. Hashobora kuza umutipe umurenze kuri uwo mutipe wundi, noneho hakaza afite wenda nk'amafaranga, afite ibintu byinshi arenze, nkahita mucomoka nkigendera ngasanga uwo mutipe. Niyo mpamvu ngiye numva rero nyine proposal rwose yahita akira mu mago vuba cyane, ahubwo ubundi hagashya koko.
Njyewe nitwa Kizimana Innocent, nkaba nkorera hano muri gare ya Kacyiru. Tukaba turi ku kiganiro cyerekeye no kuba twaporopoza n'uburyo twaporopoza umukobwa bitewe n'uburyo twaba tubanyemo cyangwa se n'uburyo dushaka kubanamo. Nkaba nshingira mvuga uti guporopoza umukobwa namuporopoza bitewe n'igihe tugiye kubana, cyangwa se bitewe n'uburyo namushaka kuba twahita tubana ako kanya, cyangwa se nkamuporopoza tukaba twafata nk'igihe runaka tugashyiramo intera hagati yacu y'igihe tuzabana bitewe n'ubushobozi dufite. Njyewe bitewe n'ubushobozi bwanjye, bitewe n'uburyo naba mpagaze, kuko nukuvuga ngo najya kumuporopoza niyizeye, mvuga ngo nanyemerera dushaka guhita twabana. Bikaba byaba ngombwa ko nshobora kuba nafata nk'icyumweru cyangwa 2 cyangwa se nk'amezi 2, ubundi yanyemera tugahita tubana.
Nitwa Diane. Inkondo z'ikigenge yo kuntu nsigaye nzibona, ibintu bitinze birapfa. Kuvuga ngo ngiye numva proposal byibura gatwaye umwaka, kuko ibintu bitinze birapfa. Nkanjye Diane uko mbyumva banumva bitagatwaye igihe kinini, kuko hari igihe habo ibibazo byo gushwana mu bantu cyangwa famiye ntiba yakwishimira, ariko byibuza umwaka ubuhagije kugira ngo umuntu amaze kumenya imico ya mugenzi we. Ibibazo bikunda kugaragaramo igihe utaramenya umuntu neza, bakubwira, ushobora kumukubwiraho amagambo ugasanga murashwanye, cyangwa nawe bakamukubwiraho amagambo ugasanga nawe murashwanye. Cyiza rero ntago byagombye kurenza nk'umwaka. Iyo ugejeje mu myaka 2, kera byamuraga imyaka 2, ariko ubu ngubu imyaka 2 ntago bigishoboka. Ujya ukumva ngo umuntu afite umwana kandi yarabiguhishe ugasanga murashwanye. Niyo mpamvu rero iyo gutinda bitakiri ngombwa cyane.
Yeah, that's the same fear that everybody has, that if it takes too long, they might change their minds, somebody better will come along the way. It's just so funny.
That girl killed me. Ngo njyewe Fiona ngo subaje God.
Anyway, so if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. It's not even about the duration of your engagement. What's yours will stay yours.
True that.
So that's it for the opinion poll. I hope you enjoyed today's session. Catch us again on Tuesday next week.
Yeah, and be kind enough to send in your topics that you would love for us to discuss on the opinion poll, and we'll be pleased.
They look good.
Guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
So stay tuned for the rest of the show. We'll be right back in a few.
We will be.